Welcome to another edition of Fish Report Live. My name is Craig Fissinger.
And I'm Ken Francis.
And we're coming to you live again from the Fish Report studio here in Russia, Ohio. It's Thursday night, January 26th, 2012. And Ken, have you ever watched the Channel 44 Sports Report with Andy Lynch?
I have, Craig, and you know what? I felt like Andy Lynch tonight. I can only imagine how every Friday, Saturday night, Thursday night, Tuesday night, he's running all over and going to different venues, and that's kind of like what we did tonight.
I guess we were everywhere. The Rushi Gymnasium, we were talking to, doing a special interview tonight. We've been all over the place, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
All right, well, I guess we better get to it. Let's start out like we do every week with the trivia question. Why don't you go ahead and tell the viewers the trivia question?
Sure. Tonight's winner, again, Craig, will receive Fish Report Live Sports T-shirt. And tonight's trivia question is this. Last Saturday night at Rushi's Claire C. Nouveau Gymnasium, Rushi's senior guard Bryce Rittenhouse dialed long range with 8 3-point baskets in one game, including 6 in the first quarter, on his way to a 35-point night. He was hot, wasn't he, Craig?
He was. I was there. It was something to see.
It was. It was fun. Question tonight is, who holds the Shelby County League record for most 3-point baskets dialed in one game? Who holds the Shelby County League record for most 3-point baskets in one game?
All right. I don't know the answer to that, but I got a good idea. I'll find out if I'm right at the end of the show. So, yeah, text your answers in, send them on Twitter, or get that social stream link on the side of your page or on the right side of your screen and send your answer in. So, all right, Ken. Well, let's get to our girls basketball like we do every week. Let's start out with some score updates. Update the standings here. We've got results from all 3 SEL games tonight. Botkins was off. Actually, Botkins coach Don Mack was at Russia Gym tonight doing some scouting. I saw him there. Didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I saw him there.
I wish I'd have saw him. I'd have gave him his T-shirt. But Don, I'm planning on bringing it to Botkins tomorrow night. So if you're going to be there, you'll be the owner of a new T-shirt.
All right. Well, let's start out with the Annette Houston game. The #1 team in Division III went to Houston tonight. What happened?
Craig, no trouble for the Lady Rockets. They walked away with a 69-30 victory over the Lady Wildcats of Houston. Anna was led by Natalie Billing, chipping in 19 points, and freshman Carly Bensman tallied 14. So another big win for the Anna Lady Rockets tonight. And, they just continue to roll.
Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. All right, and the next game we had was Fort Laramie traveling to Fairlawn. Fairlawn doesn't have any wins on the season. Did that change tonight at all?
No, it didn't, Craig. And, Fort Laramie's coming off a huge victory. I think it was Saturday when they knocked off Fort Recovery. That was a very big win for the Lady Redskins and Coach Siegel. So, that may propel them. They got a young team. They've kind of been through a lot this year with some injuries. Look for Fort Laramie to really start turning it on, and they did so tonight again at Fairlawn. They led 33-7 at the halftime and ended up winning the game 65-18. The Lady Redskins were led by Reggie Brandeweeb with 16 points, so another big night for Fort Laramie girls.
Okay, all right. And then the game we were most excited for, Jackson Center coming to Russia. We were excited to see high-scoring Brooke Richard, the leading scorer in the county, and excited to see what the Raiders could do against Jackson. What happened there?
Craig, that was a good game, and I was there to witness 3 quarters of that one. And when Russia went to Jackson Center, it was a good game, and Russia really played well tonight. They held the high-scoring Brooke Richard to 16 points, which is about 9 below her average, and Russia went on to win the game 51-34. They had big nights for balanced scoring. Camille Putoff tallied 13, and Kylie Wilson and Maggie Kearns chipped in 10 apiece, and Taylor Daniel had 8 points. So big night, big win for Coach King and the Lady Raiders.
Now, Richard, I watched the first half there. Am I right? She had only 2 points that first half? Or?
She had 2 points the first half, Craig, and I think she only had 5 through 3 quarters. So,
okay.
She chipped in about 10 or 11 there late in the game. So she ended up getting 16, but the Lady Raider defense did a fantastic job on her. I seen Taylor Daniel matched up against her most of the night, and, they did well.
Yeah, Ashley Borchers guarded her a little bit too, and I've noticed that Coach King seems to put Ashley and Taylor on the other team's best scorers.
They do, Craig, and they both got long arms. They both are fairly quick, and they defend very well. So Coach King's got them playing well, and again, a big win for Russia.
All right, well, let's update our standings then. We've got all the updates here. Anna will of course stay in first. They're 9-0 in the county. Run the record of 16-0 overall. Fort Laramie's in second place at 6-2. Russia is in third place by themselves right now at 5-4. Botkins in fourth at 4-4. Houston and Jackson Center tied for fifth now at 4-6, and Fairlawn in seventh place at 0-10. All right, well let's get our SCL hoops expert TK on the phone. Couldn't track that guy down last week. We're going to find out where he was at. We're going to get some predictions on the games coming up this Saturday. Got 3 big league games. We're going to get his predictions on those. TK, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey, we got you this week. We missed you last week, TK.
Where were you?
I'm not sure what happened. You guys must have the wrong number. You kept getting some guy named Tim. It wasn't me.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
Not sure what happened.
Well, we're sorry we missed you. We hear you saw a good game. Unfortunately for us Raider fans, it came out in the wrong end, I guess.
We're glad to have you back this week, TK.
It's good to be back.
How did I gave a little recap on the game of Jackson Center at Russia. I know you were there to witness the whole game. Russia did a nice job containing Brooke Richard and had a balanced scoring effort tonight. Real team effort and a big win for Russia.
Yeah, the girls played real well. As you mentioned, they clamped down on Brooke Richards early on and kept her from scoring too much. I think that was a big key to their victory, and as you also mentioned, even scoring across the board.
All right, are you prepared to give us some predictions for the 3 league games coming up this Saturday?
I can do that. I've been watching a lot of games and looking at some stats, so I think I can give her a shot again here.
All right, well, let's start out with Botkins is going to Jackson Center. You just saw Jackson Center tonight. Saw Botkins here last week. Give us a prediction. What do you got for Botkins at Jackson Center?
Well, I think it's going to be a tight game, but after watching, being at the Botkins and Russia game, I'd have to give the nod to Botkins right now. They're pretty hot. And Jackson Center, gives some credit to the Raiders. They did play really good defense, but Jackson seems to be struggling a bit. And I think that's probably going to carry over. I see Botkins taking that game at Jackson Center.
Okay.
I do want to mention something real quick on that. I noticed Botkins lost a non-league game right after the Russia game to Riverside, and Riverside had maybe 4 or 5 wins, so I was a little shocked at that score. However, I kind of agree with you. I think Botkins will get up for the league game, and I'm going to go with Botkins as well.
The other game, Tim, or the next game is Houston at Fort Laramie. Fort Laramie rolled Fairlawn tonight, as you would expect, and Houston got beat by Anna, as you would expect. Fort Laramie seems to be playing very well right now. Darian Rose is back in action, and they had a big win the other day against Fort Recovery. But on paper, that looks like a pretty good one. Who do you like in that one?
I have to give the nod to Fort Laramie for a couple of reasons. As you mentioned, Ken, they're hot. A close loss to Miami East, the big win over Fort Recovery. They seem to be hitting on all cylinders, and it's tough to go into Laramie at any time and win. And I don't see Houston going in there and winning this game.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you on that one as well. And the last game we want to talk about is Russia's traveling to Anna on Saturday afternoon, and we know how the last one came out. Any different this time around?
Well, I'd like to be a homer and say Russia's going to go up there and give their first loss, but there's hardly a team in this state that's going to give Anna a loss this year, and I don't think Russia's got it in them. I think this has got to be one of those games for the girls to look at what happened last game and try and improve on it and see how much better they've gotten through the season and hold them a little closer. But I see this one going to the Rockets.
That's a good way to put it, TK. Sometimes when you go into a game like this, like you said, you just hope to improve upon what happened the last time and maybe handle their pressure a little bit better and, try to control the ball and who knows, maybe keep the game close for a while.
Yeah, that's probably what they have to do and look at this as a building to the rest of the regular season and going into the tournament.
Now these games are big games, TK, for the fact that we've got the girls' tournament draw coming up, in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, yeah, not this weekend, but the next weekend on Sunday. So all these games here in the next, next week and a half, are going to mean a lot, I suspect. we'd like to get you on here next week and maybe talk to you about the tournament draw, maybe get some predictions on that, on where the girls will go. You think you'll be ready for that?
Yeah, I think I can do a little research and make some calls, and we'll see what we come up with.
Sounds great, TK. Well, we thank you again for getting back on the show. We missed you last week, and we'll look forward to hearing back from you next week.
I'm glad we got hooked up tonight, guys. I'll be listening to the rest of the show.
And we'll lose that guy named Tim. We'll lose his number.
Okay.
All right, thanks, TK. All right, that was TK, our SCL girls correspondent.
Craig, it's really nice having him back on the show.
It sure is. We missed him last week. All right, well, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk some boys basketball. We're going to get Big Dog back on the phone. Got a few comments over the weekend, Ken. Everybody loved Big Dog. They want to hear some more from him, so we're looking forward to talking to him in just a bit. So why don't you stay right there, and we'll be right back.
Turn off the BP sound, close the drawer and sweep the floor, change the sign and close the lock the door. Kevin's waiting in his Thunderbird, blasting down the pitiless old American girl. Restless girls is ready for the night, all they're ready for the night. 17 pissed at the world, we don't know why, but it's worth fighting for. Tomorrow's just a lifetime away, but tonight is everything. It's another small town song about nothing ever going on a Friday night. Heading to a town, score some bills, sneak into rising. Check out the local bands, tie on a bus and take a chance with the river just to get shot down. Another night in a small town.
All right, welcome back. Before the break, we were talking girls basketball. We got TK on the phone. Now we're back, and we're going to be talking some boys basketball. And before we get into tomorrow night's big games, we're going to run through the league standings real quick, Ken. Let everybody know where the teams stand. Right now, Jackson Center, Ken's in first place at a perfect 8-0, 13-0 overall. Rushi's in second place at 6-1. Got Anna in third place, hot Anna right now at 4-3. Botkins is fourth at 4-4. In fifth place is Houston right now at 3-5, and tied for sixth is Fairlawn and Anna at 1-7. So, like I said, we've got three big league games tomorrow night. We're going to be talking to Big Dog about those. The only team that's off tomorrow night is Fort Laramie, and I think we might have Big Dog on the phone here now. Let's see if we got him. Big Dog, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, boy. We dialed you up there, Big Dog, and I didn't know if I got a good connection or not, but boy, we're glad to have you back.
Oh, yeah. Everything's good up here in Cleveland tonight. We won by 10.
Good. You doing a little traveling with the Wright State Lady Raiders tonight?
Yes, I am. I drove up this afternoon, driving back tonight, and then driving to Youngstown on Saturday.
Wow, you're putting the miles in, so you don't ride the team bus, you just drive yourself, huh?
Yeah, on this trip, we had a men's game last night, and we have another men's home game tomorrow night, so that's why I'm driving back and forth.
Well, good. Well, good luck to Wright State.
All right, are you ready to give us some picks for the SCL games tomorrow night?
Yeah, on paper, none of those three matchups are exactly very awe-inspiring, but like it's in the paper today, two of those obviously being trap games with House and Jackson Center and Rushi and Botkins. I mean, you just never know how it goes. Botkins has been kind of up and down all year, and so does House. So you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. Let's start out with the easy one then. I guess you can call it easy, but and I say that because Fairlawn's they've got some injury problems or some sickness problems, whatever you want to call them. But Fairlawn travels to Anna. What's your prediction on that one?
Well, the way that Anna's been going here the last 3 weeks, it's hard to go against the Rockets, especially at home. And like you said, with Fairlawn, with all their struggles, I think Anna will win that one pretty comfortably.
I agree with you there, big dog. You know, Anna's Chandler Williams has been really playing well as of late. I think he's had 20 points or so the last couple games. You know, have you noticed him? And you know, is he the kind of the guy helping fuel that fire over there in Anna?
Yeah, that's what it's been like the last couple of games. That he's really stepped up. Jay Meyer kind of struggled there for a couple games. He's been picking it back up. And of course, you always have Nick Ryer. Those three guys, all three of those guys are on, and it's going to be a tough team to beat down the stretch.
Yeah, and I saw where Anthony Gillum for Fairlawn was, I guess he's been shooting around a little bit, not ready to play according to Coach Alexander. And Cole Cummings has some kind of illness, blood illness, or I'm not sure what it was exactly, but it doesn't sound like he's 100% either.
Right. Yeah, I was at the Jackson Center Fairlawn game last Friday, and Gillum was out there shooting with his cast on. He was shooting left-handed and hitting some shots, but obviously he's not ready yet, but it sounds like by the end of the season he will be.
We're good.
That guy could probably score 10 points left-handed. You know, he scored 20-some right-handed. He could probably score 10 left-handed if he wanted.
That's right.
So,
Next game, big dog, will be Houston at Jackson Center. You mentioned a trap game. You know, I agree with you. You know, Jackson Center isn't home, which is going to give them a nice advantage there, but could they be looking past the Wildcats, and if so, what could happen?
Well, the biggest thing for Jackson Center that'll be at home. That'll be one way to help avoid the trap. I covered the first game between Houston and Jackson, and the biggest stat from that game was Houston, even though they were the home team, never went to the foul line that entire game. The Jackson Center defense was that strong,
wow.
and I look for the Jackson defense to be strong again tomorrow night, and I look for Jackson to come away with the victory.
I agree with you on that one. I think Jackson keeps rolling.
I agree.
And then our last game is the home team, Russia. Well, not the home team, actually. They're traveling to Bodkins. You know, that should be a good one, I think. I know you're aware of Bryce Rittenhouse, how hot he was last Saturday. Does that carry over to the Bodkins game?
It'll be interesting to see if it does or not. Obviously, that happened at home against the Bradford team, and it'll be interesting to see if you can carry that over on the road at Bodkin. I know the first time the two teams played, I guess it was fairly close until the final quarter, and then Russia pulled away. I think they ended up winning by 18. I think Paul will have them ready to go tomorrow night, and I think it will be close, obviously, on the Houston Jackson game, but I do think Russia will come away with the win.
Well, big dog, we hope you're right on that one. And, you know, with Rittenhouse shooting the ball very well last week, Treg Francis has been shooting the ball very well all year. Trevor Sherman's been hitting the three. You know, that gives Russia three guys on the perimeter now knocking down three-pointers. You throw 6'9" Brandon Wilson in the paint, and pretty soon, you know, you're starting to, boy, how am I going to stop this Russia team?
That's right. It seems like all the good teams have at least three guys that they can count on to score. And now, if you get a fourth guy, like you said, it's almost impossible to stop.
So, well, good luck, and we hope you're right there.
All right, and we're going to ask you for a bonus pick tonight. Now, I don't know what you know about the MAC or the Versailles Tigers, but a huge game for the Raiders. It always is. It's a backyard rivalry. Versailles comes to Russia on Saturday night. You know anything about the Tigers you can share with us?
Oh, I know they only have the one loss in the year, and that was to, obviously, state-ranked Fort Recovery there about 3 weeks ago. They have obviously answered every challenge so far. It'll be interesting to see what they do tomorrow night. They also have a long bus ride over to Delta St. John's, and even though St. John's is 6-6 on the year, that's never an easy place to play. So Versailles will have their hands full with that one. And then you turn right around and play in another tough gym, Russia's gym on Saturday. It might not be too popular with the fish report people, but it'd be hard to go against Versailles. Versailles has won the last 3 meetings in the series, so I think it'll be another close game, but I think Versailles might come out on top of this.
Come on, big dog. You know what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to tell you, throw those records out the window. This is like an Ohio State-Michigan game. The records don't matter. I say the Raiders pull the upset, if you want to call it that. I'd say the Raiders win tomorrow night by 3, 4, 5 points.
You know
that
what?
would be fine with me also, but we'll see. Like, it's right. The records never matter in that game. it's relative against relative most of the time. It's just a great game and a great atmosphere, and Saturday will be no different.
Big Dog, we thank you for being on our show and our correspondent, but I'm going to have to go with Craig on this one too. It's just going to be a classic matchup between two good teams, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if I wasn't in Youngstown, I definitely would be at that game, but I'm sure I'll keep tabs on it, and hopefully the Raiders will be able to pull it out.
And before we let you go, Big Dog, I'll let you know, you're a popular guy. Last weekend I had several people asking me about this Big Dog guy. They loved hearing from you. They loved hearing your statistics and what you had to say. So I think you're going to have to join us every time we're on the air now.
All right, well, that sounds good. There could be one time it could be a little tough with my travels and everything, but we'll make it work.
Okay, that sounds great. Thanks for talking with us tonight, Big Dog.
Thanks,
All
Big
right,
Dog.
you guys have a great evening.
Yep, you too. Have a safe trip back from Cleveland.
All right, that was Big Dog. And Ken, speaking of that Versailles-Russia game, I did want to mention that after that game is over, we have the Russia Athletic Boosters are having a party after the game. And it's going to be a big night, a big fundraiser for the athletic boosters. There's music, food, even a cash drawing for $5,000. So it's going to be a fun night. Everyone's invited to come out to that. Should be a good time.
It will be a lot of fun, Craig, and we're looking forward to a big crowd supporting Russia Athletics.
And that game starts a little earlier than normal? Or?
That does, Craig. The freshman game's actually tipping off at 3:30. JV game will probably be right around 5 o'clock, with the varsity game tipping roughly around 6:30. So, come early tomorrow or Saturday afternoon and watch 3 basketball games.
Okay. And speaking of basketball, since we're talking hoops here, boys hoops in particular, tonight wanted to recognize a guy that picked up his 100th win tonight, didn't he?
He did, Craig, and Coach Schafer from Russia, congratulations on win number 100. His career record now is 100 wins and 35 losses, and this is his 8th season at Russia, so he's doing very well. His current team is 15-0, and if he can round this season out undefeated, it would be his 3rd undefeated season in 8 seasons.
He's a 7th grade coach, right?
7th grade coach, and he does a very good job with those boys, and he had a lot of good things to say, Craig. We had a great interview with him. Unfortunately, we weren't quite able to get the video cut in time to put on the show tonight, so hopefully you'll be able to see that on Fish Report tomorrow morning or something, and maybe if you can get that on there, people would probably appreciate that.
We'll get it on. We'll get it on there.
So,
all right. Well, let's wrap things up. Let's find out if we got a winner to our trivia question.
we do have a winner to the trivia question tonight, Craig, and tonight's answer was, who holds the Shelby County League record for most three-point baskets made in one game? And Craig, this happened January 12th, 2002. Anna versus Lehman, and Jason Banks dialed long range with 11 three-point baskets in one season. So congratulations to Doug Borchers, tonight's winner of the Fish Report trivia question. And look forward to next week again. And I want to put something out to this young man. He's been 2nd place, Craig, about 3 weeks in a row now. And Clay George, we're going to get you a T-shirt one of these weeks. You keep trying, and we're going to pull you off one of these times. So,
you missed it by that much, Clay.
So good job, and congratulations to Doug Borchers and also Clay George for having the correct answers.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Before we go, we want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank our SEL correspondents, TK and Big Dog. Also for those, I guess you call them correspondents that send us scores every night, Ken, or send us scores on Thursday nights and keep us up to date. You know who you are. Thanks to you guys out there. And also thanks to Mark Cantwell, who provided the music before the show tonight and during our commercial break. If you want to hear some of Mark's music, tune in a little bit before 9 o'clock before the show comes on. We're playing Mark's music from his new album, Last Chance Johnny. And but that's Mark's music, and he does a nice job too. So,
Craig, I got one other guy I'd like to thank.
All right.
And we got a guy that works with us. He's our video engineer. He's our sound coordinator. He's our media director. And this guy just does an awful lot of work for us. And so, you know what? It's time tonight we put this guy on the show. We've got TK, the correspondent. We've got Big Dog. We've got other people out there. The guy behind the scenes for us is none other than
Come on back.
Ross Fissinger. We'd really like to thank Ross for all the work he does in our show. And here he is. Ross, give it here.
This guy takes care of getting us our water. He lets us know when our sound isn't working. So he really he makes us look as good as we do, doesn't he, Ken?
That's right. That's right.
You want to say hi to the viewers, Ross?
Hi.
All right. Well, that does it for us tonight. For Ken Francis and Ross Fissinger, I'm Craig Fissinger. And Ross, why don't you do the honors tonight?
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.